Hi, I'm Dave from Military Antiques Toronto, and today we're discussing the current situation with de minimis and shipping across the border and stupidity all around. Um, Yesterday was pulling the last of my hair out, as you can see, trying to get the US mail sorted. Total nightmare. The company I used to ship across the border insisted I had to have the manufacturer's name and address on a 120-year-old picture that was ordered on the website. I'm like, well, I don't know the name and address, and if I made that up, I'd be lying. They're like, oh, well, we can't ship it without that. Needless to say, I'm not too impressed with my shipping company. So I arranged, after almost 2 days of messing about, to get it sent via Canada Post to the States, which is a whole other nightmare. It would appear that I'm one of the last Canadian companies that is Militaria that is shipping across the border. It's just gotten stupid. It really has. You wouldn't believe what it's costing me and what it takes. So I got the picture across the border, even though it didn't say, or it's on its way at least, it didn't say the manufacturer's name. The other company didn't care about it. I'm sure somebody does. They care a country of origin, so they can tax it. So that went across fine. It cost me a bit more than I was paid for shipping. $5 I'm not going to worry too much about, so I lost $5. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the big picture, the stuff's gone. It's sold. Obviously, that's not sustainable over the long term, but whatever. I went to ship a parka to some guy in Texas. Great. I filled out the forms. I did it. I'm like, okay, great. I can ship it to him. No problem. So I did the paperwork on it. It's a $75 parka. Because it's made in Canada and it's going to Texas, it was 35% duty. So it's like $35 plus the brokerage fee of $4. So you're sitting there going, okay, it's $40 to ship this. He only paid $75, and he paid $15 for shipping, because before I'd send it USPS and it would get there without, cheap enough, so it wasn't a problem. But now it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. So I just told the guy, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to eat that much money, so I'm going to cancel this order. I'm going to refund your money. I'm sorry, but I'm not willing to eat the $40 or whatever it worked out to for doing this, plus the shipping, because the shipping's on top of that, which means he gets a free parka. Lately, I've been shipping stuff before this de minimis stupidity. Say if it was a book made in China, the guy bought it on eBay off me for $15, paid $10 for shipping. Great, not a problem. You know what? But I can't ship it USPS because of the stupidity with US Customs not knowing who to charge a tax to. So I went to Canada Post. Great. The book was $20 to ship. What did I get? $15 for the book. He paid me $25. So I paid $35 to ship a $25 value book. I think I'm losing money on that. I don't think that's a good business deal. Probably not a good business practice. Needless to say, I'm not doing that again. So we are one of the last people shipping to the States. I hear a lot of countries have stopped shipping to America. Mexico has, from last I heard at least. China and India have. This is all because of Donald. I'll leave it at that. Whatever. You know what? The Fifth Reich rising again, but no one wants to hear that. So we shall see how this ends. I don't think it's going to end well for anyone. I don't know. So we are still shipping in the States. I had to raise my rates. I don't want to raise my rates. I had to put ridiculous amounts of rates on the website. To the States, it's $50. Now, if you order a $10 book, in fact, let's go back to that. I shipped a book today. It was made in Poland to the States. There was no duty, just a brokerage fee, $4. Fine, whatever, send it. I shipped another book to the States. It was also a $10 book, printed here in Canada. That's 35% duty. Now, you could argue with me all you want, say, oh, that didn't happen, that's not right. I agree it's not right, but that's what I paid. So it cost me $7.50 plus the postage of $10 to ship that book to the guy just over. Never mind the cost of the box, which is $2. So for all you people who think I'm getting rich on shipping, I'm certainly not. In reference to shipping, we have changed the shipping on the website to the US. It's a flat rate of $50. Now, for all you who are going to whine and cry about that, I'm sure you are, please realize that I'm paying the duty and tax, you aren't. So As an example, as I've said before, you buy $1,000 US German tunic. Now let's make it a Canadian tunic. I'm supposed to be paying $350 in duty to ship you that $1,000 tunic. That's what I'm supposed to be paying. I don't get to keep that money, and I'm not charging you that money. So that $50 charge for shipping means that it still costs me another $300 plus the postage on top of that. So I'm certainly not getting rich on this. It's a losing proposition. Obviously, I'll have to figure out how to get it across the border for less. If you end up buying a book as an example, or a patch or whatever, and you see it's $50 shipping, and I ship it to you and it only comes out to, as an example, $20 with a tracking number, because it's got to have a tracking number because people lie in the States, unfortunately. Not everyone, but every time I've shipped stuff to the States without a tracking number, someone lies and said they never got it because I don't have a tracking number. I'm the one who's on the hook for it. I learned that lesson the hard way too many times to keep doing it, so I'm not doing it anymore. And it's only people in the States who do that. I've had one or two Canadians, but it's whatever, it doesn't matter. So if you buy something on the website and you see the ridiculous amount of shipping, I'm sorry. I will gladly refund your money if I overcharge you, because I'm the one doing the processing of the shipment. So I'm paying the duty on my credit card, and then I'm going to the post office and manually, physically shipping this to you, and then inputting the tracking number personally. So I know if it's been shipped or not. So if you pay the $50 and I overcharged you, I will gladly be refunding your money as soon as I can. Once it's processed, I will do that. Having said that, if you order something and it's $50, like that parka, you're not getting any money back, because I'm probably losing money on top of that, because the shipping is going to cost me $30. But whatever, that's only if you're in Texas, of course. Why are you ordering a parka in Texas? But whatever, maybe he wants to wear it. What do I know? Anyways, enough of my ranting. We're still shipping to the States, unlike everyone else. Is it criminal? Totally. Am I hoping this ends soon? Really, I am. Then I'll reduce my rates. I'm not holding my breath. This is going to end soon. I think this is just the beginning of the tip of the iceberg. It's a new world order. Skinny Puppy said so. They were right. You know what? That's exactly where we're going. But whatever, we'll see. The other thing is that we've set up our eBay to ship overseas. So since some of you people insist on buying on eBay, which I don't get, but whatever, because it's cheaper on the website. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but no one listens. You can buy it now on eBay. So if you buy it on eBay, as an example, you're buying a tunic or whatever, a book, you're paying $40, say, for shipping, or $50, depending on what it is. It's a patch, it's $20. Those all have tracking numbers, so they don't get lost in the mail. The thing is that, yeah, it's cheaper that way, except that, and I don't have to collect the duty or taxes, so it's fine. But if you're buying it on eBay, you are paying the tax in your country of origin. You're in Australia, you're paying tax. You're in France, you're paying the tax. You're paying that. You're Belgium, France, Holland, England. You're paying the tax. If you buy it on my website, you're not paying any tax. And to save you money, I do declare it for a low value so you don't get raped by your customs, because that's not my goal, right? So it'll be some of the tracking number so it doesn't get lost. So you can now buy it on eBay if you insist. But if you buy it on the website, and yes, the shipping will be incorrect, I will gladly refund your overpayment. If it costs me more than the flat rate for overseas, well, guess what? I'll eat that too, because I've sent a lot of shipments where it's cost me more than they've paid. Anyways, enough of my blathering on. Hope you have a good day. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Check out my website, militaryantiquestoronto.com. Check it out. It's lots of stuff on there. We're listing stuff every day, almost 5 days a week. So Tuesday to Saturday, we're listing. Thanks for looking. Hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye.